Uh, Usually, students are struggling to answer or to give the correct answer or try to understand even the questions based on haloalkanes and the haloarenes. This is not only with regard to haloalkanes and haloarenes. Generally, in organic chemistry, particularly in this topic, you will be asked different types of problems. So, when you attempt these exercises, first of all, it is my humble opinion that you must always go through the in-text problems and the example problems given in your textbook. For example, you can see in this, alkane, haloalkanes and haloarenes, you can see write the products of the following reactions. So when you are asked such question, you must be able to identify first of all whether it is a preparation reaction or properties, that is chemical reaction. So these are the two important. Then sometimes you will be asked from chemical properties also. So how the questions can be asked in organic chemistry. So that itself is a very important uh, discussion to be made here. For instance, let me consider in this case we are talking about RX and haloarenes, that is ARX. So here, what are the key concepts? That is, you must be aware of first of all the structural aspect. Okay, structural aspect. Second, you know something about the classification, and you should be aware of the IUPAC nomenclature, and then you should be very familiarized with the preparation, how the compounds are prepared. And here you should be aware of the what you call the physical properties because you will get some um, reasoning based questions also, physical properties. And here you should discuss about the chemical properties. Okay. And the application, that is uses. Okay. And if there is any isomerism or polymers, that too will be included here. So likewise, whenever you discuss any organic compounds, you should be aware of what that is the structural aspect, the classification, the IUPAC nomenclature, the proper preparation, then physical properties, then chemical properties, followed by uh, applications. What are the uses? Okay, so all these six are very, very important. And you should have a separate concept map for structure. So you please go through the textbook and write the structural aspect as concept map. That must be immediately converted. Secondly, what are the classifications? So that can be given as an organization chart. Then IUPAC nomenclature. You should be thorough with the IUPAC nomenclature. Without that, it would be very difficult for you. So all these things can be given in the flashcards. Then regarding the preparation, so you can have a clock diagram. I always suggest such type of clock diagram. For preparation, you can put inward arrow, and these arrows represents different methods of preparations also. So you please draw such a concept map, and in this case, preparation means inward, and you are going to prepare RX, and for ARX, that is haloarenes, you can have a separate concept code. Okay. So once you are aware of that, you know the summary, the overview of these properties, and take this as code. So this is card number one, card number two, card number three. IUPAC complete details you have. Card number four, preparation you have. And physical properties, regarding physical properties, you can develop a concept map separately. And chemical properties, all should be like a nut and shell. Okay, so for chemical properties, you can develop a flashcard like this. Okay, that is, this is the property, physical, chemical properties of what? Haloalkanes. Similarly for haloarenes. So you will be having various properties. You can put the reaction conditions here and the product will be here. Okay, from this, what are the different possible reactions you can identify? This is regarding chemical properties, and this is regarding preparation aspect. So once you are ready with this, now you have got the ready reckoner. So all these concept cards or flashcards are ready reckoner. And using this, now you can go ahead. When you go ahead, what you are supposed to do, for example, first attempt the problems associated with the respective what do you call the concept. Here they talked about the IUPOC nomenclature and the structural aspect, draw the structure. So you just go through this question, that is 6.1, draw the structure of etc. So it is pertaining to the structures only. So you have got already a thoroughly prepared flashcard, and based on this, using that tool, okay, you can easily solve this problem based on what I mean structural aspects. Are you able to follow? So without that, it would be very difficult for you. So immediately, what you are supposed to do, you have finished this part. You have finished this part. Now you are thorough with the concepts based on what? The structural aspect, then IUPOC nomenclature. Just come immediately and try to solve these questions also. Then come to this part. Okay. Identify the questions which are asked based on the structural aspects and the IUPOC nomenclature. So this is the way you have to proceed. For example, the first question is based on your concept number one, structure and the IUPOC nomenclature. And this is also based on IUPOC nomenclature. This is also based on IUPOC, and this is also based, and this is regarding physical properties. Okay. So when you come across the physical properties, so what are the physical properties that they are discussing here? They talk about the various physical properties here. For instance, in this case, you can observe physical properties. This alkyl halides. They talk about the characteristics, features, melting point, boiling point, etc., and the density, then solubility. Okay, so all aspects are given here. So you have to include all points and based on which property this physical property changes. For example, usually these physical properties are associated with electric dipole. So you can make a note of it. See this dipole-dipole interaction, van der Waals equation, van der Waals force of attraction, and then electronegativity, then hydrogen bonding. Okay. So these are the important parameters. And you can talk about the elevation, the increase of boiling point, increasing order of boiling point may be based on the molecular weight also. Okay. So these things should be clearly analyzed. Horrible follow. So once you are able to analyze all these things, so now you can come to because without knowing what is dipole moment, you cannot proceed further. So for which you should have a separate card for this, where you should have mentioned about the physical properties, where you can include all these points in one card and take that card. Now you are completed the which part? The physical properties. So just to analyze which are the questions asked based on physical properties. So this fourth question. And then yeah, hydrocarbon C5H10 does not react with the chlorine dark reactions, but single bright. So it talks about the what? The preparation part of it. Because we know something about the photochemical halogenation. So it talks about the dark reaction and the light reactions. Okay. So this is based on the preparation of. So likewise, the entire exercise should be mapped in such a way that you can even mention here itself. Take a pencil and mention so these questions one, two, three, these are based on concept one. That is, you can identify everything. For example, this is IUPOC and what do you call the structural aspect. Okay, so based on concept, you just label it also. Okay, so to the pinpoint, that is, we can easily attack all this. And this is based on properties, once again, properties, and this is based on preparation. Okay, and what are the isomers? So this is the possible, and you can mix the isomer also here. Okay, so this is based on concept number one, and write equations preparation. So clearly they are given. So this is based on preparation, and they talk about the nucleophile means that is definitely it is based on because when you call preparation and the properties, then generally you should be aware of the organic reaction mechanisms also. So in this topic, which are the major organic reaction mechanisms? Nucleophilic substitution reaction, electrophilic substitution reaction, okay, elimination reaction. So these are the key area. In case of any double bond associated means you will be having addition reactions. Okay, so likewise, you have to, that is a divide, sort out everything, and based on that, you can proceed. Now, write structure of the major organic product in each of the following years. So this is, for example, chlorine and this one. So this is a property based, chemical properties are based on. So you should have different types of properties and what are the properties, so you should be able to identify. So this is property, this is chemical property, this is chemical property, this is chemical property, and this is preparation. This is also chemical property because it is a C2H5Cl along with the C6H5ONA, how it reacts. And this is based on, see that this is what you call, you may include this addition reaction, is it not? Hydrohalogenation, where you have to apply the, if it is in hydrohalogenation, you have to always identify whether it is a more a symmetric alkene or unsymmetric alkene. In case of unsymmetric alkene, what you are supposed to do, you have to introduce that concept. What is that? Morconic of role. Okay, and in presence of peroxide means peroxide effect. They are clearly mentioned peroxide effect. Okay, so without mapping all these things, it will be very difficult. Don't go standalone. It will be very difficult. You must always, how to solve the problems. Divide and rule. That is the greatest technique. So here, what you are supposed to do, just divide the entire exercise. You have got 22 questions. Okay, you just look at it. These are all based on reactions only, and they can club a reaction and a preparation here. So initially, they may come systematically, starting with what? Nomenclature, classification, isomer, structural aspects, and slowly they come to preparation part, then physical properties part, and then, so here you can see predict the alkanes, etc. So these are all based on what? This is based on reaction mechanism, SN2, SN1, etc. So likewise, you should be able to divide the entire question exercise 22. You have got 22 questions. Okay, so identify each question under which section it belongs to. Once it is done means immediately, that is, we can attack that particular one. Okay, so go through the particular concept. For example, when you want to solve this problem, most of the students, they will be simply struggling. How the conversion? I always fed up with the reaction conversion. Do you know why? Because you have not at all gone through preparation and properties. That is the hell of the problem. Do you understand? So without familiarizing yourself, it would be very difficult to go through that. Cracking the solution is very difficult. So you have to definitely, and you will be asked some problems like you may encounter organic problems like this also. Compound A reacts with the compound B to be compound C like that. But without knowing these concepts, how can you solve this problem? You cannot solve all these problems standalone. Probably that is, if you ask me, definitely I'll be able to answer these questions. But the thing is, if the same question is asked in different way, then you will be blinking. Okay, so it is my humble opinion that always that is either when you attack the problem, go back to the concept or strengthen your concept and come back to the problem. Are you able to follow? So try to do. Now you know very well this is based on the chemical properties. So what you do is first get me the clock diagram of chemical properties that involves everything and also include here, you know very well what are the major reaction mechanisms asked here. One is nucleophilic SN1, SN2. Second, electrophilic substitution reaction in case of aromatic compounds. Third, elimination reactions, so E1, E2 mechanisms. So fourth, you have got addition reactions where you have got unsymmetric alkene means it will be subjected to Markovnikov rule. And if it is peroxide present, then anti-Markovnikov. So likewise, you separate all these things and so that you will be very easy. You will find it very easy. Okay, so always go by the concept. Okay, can you prepare the what you call the clock diagram of do it on the board so that I will try to correct you. Okay, go.